Specificity is one of the fundamental things about getting better at anything, and particularly in endurance sports. So if you want to be better at cycling or running, you need to cycle or run. And when you start out, just doing some cycling or doing some running will make you better at those sports. The first step is to set realistic and challenging goals, and then once you've got a goal, you can work out what you have to do to achieve that goal, what steps you have to take along the way. If you want to learn more about this in a bit more detail, Claire and I have written an ebook. And if you just look at any of our blog articles on enduranceBikeandRun.com, you can download the ebook, it's in the sidebar. Next, you need to know as accurately as possible where you are now, where you are in relation to achieving your goal. What is your level of fitness? If you're aiming to do a long endurance challenge, how far can you ride or run now? And how far do you have to ride or run ultimately to achieve your goal? How fast can you ride or run now? And how fast do you have to go for how long to achieve your goal? Once you know where you are, what your fitness is, and where you want to be, what your fitness needs to be, how fast you have to go for how long, then you can start working out the stepping stones to create a training plan to achieve that. Remember, it takes around 4 to 8 weeks to create a physiological change, so maybe around 6 weeks is a good rule of thumb to work with. And if you work on a 3-week cycle, like 2 hard weeks and 1 easy week, that's 2 cycles of training to achieve a certain change. It's best to focus on 1 or at most 2 things at a time. So it might be 1 physiological change and 1 psychological change. Remember, you have to think about psychological training as well as physiological training. And of course, there are some things that don't need training to improve. Like, you might be able to get a bike fit if you're doing a cycling event, and you might be able to improve your aerodynamics so that you can ride faster for the same effort. Or in running, you might be able to improve the way that you run to be more efficient. In fact, just running more makes you more efficient, and doing speed work and drills can also make you more efficient. So think about what you can do to make yourself better that doesn't require you to get fitter, and also what things you need to do that does require you to get fitter. What training do you need? So the steps you need to take in developing your fitness are 1, to set some realistic and challenging goals that are as specific as possible. And then think about how fit you are in relation to those goals. What are the needs of your event? What do you need to be able to do during your event? And what can you do now in relation to those needs? And then you've got a map of what changes you need to make. So if you want to do an endurance event, but you feel like you need to be stronger, physically stronger so that you're more resilient, the strength training isn't really specific to your goal, because it might be doing gym work and things like that as you build up your strength. And it's not cycling, is it? So if you've got a cycling goal, or it's not running, you might need to strengthen your lower leg if you're prone to Achilles tendon problems. And that's not specific to cycling or running, but it is important. But that's one of the least specific things. And as you get closer to your event, you become increasingly specific. So if you're doing a long endurance event that requires long climbs, then as you get closer to your event, you need to do fairly long tempo type sessions that make you better at doing long climbs, at working that intensity for a long time. So write a list of those things, put them into your 6-week phases. Hopefully you've got a good few months or maybe even years to train for your event, and then you can train specifically for your event. Map out how you're improving in relation to those goals, and then maybe you need to repeat a certain phase if you've not got as far as you need to. It's all a case of stepping stones, testing, planning, and then retesting, and building fitness step by step as you get towards your goal, and then you can enjoy success at the end. If you want to work with us, please get in touch and have a free consultation. We provide one-to-one coaching for people all over the world, runners and cyclists from all over the world, using virtual tools. People get better when they work with us, and they often achieve goals that are way beyond what they at first expected. We help with nutrition, strength training, and improvement in your specific sports. I hope you found this useful. Please make a comment. Let's have a conversation in the comments. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.